What if you have a sex date and you don't want to have sex?
Doesn't sound like a sex date then, is it?
This is Reid from readaboutsex.com.
It's all your fault. You didn't want to have sex, Cathy, from the intimacydojo.com.
It can be hard if there's expectations on both sides.
Sure.
And sometimes when I feel pressured, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And
you promised a sex date, Cathy. You set it up and put it in your calendar. So now you're a liar.
Yeah, I would be. I think it's really great when you set up a date. It can be great to have dates for sex, to connect with someone that you like connecting with that way. But I think it's really healthy to also say, if either of us are not in the mood, we get to either reschedule or renegotiate what we're going to do for the evening. So kind of setting up the expectation ahead of time. Or if I know I'm not in the mood that day, like I'm not feeling great, I might text someone and say, hey, do you want to reschedule?
No sex for you.
Well, or I'm not feeling, at least at this point, do you want to get together and cuddle, which sometimes changes my mind, or, there's feeling obligated and feeling trapped is not sexy.
Obligation.
Unless it's sexy for you.
Unless obligation is sexy for you, and there are people out there who enjoy that kind of role-playing. Obligation is usually less sexier than choice, and you're going to have human beings who we make a date and then all of a sudden our moods, or we had a crappy day and it's just not working out. Questions that can be really useful to ask yourself, and these are questions that I got from Esther Perel, genius of a woman who wrote the book Mating in Captivity, which I recommend everybody read. Ask yourself these questions, which are her questions, which is, I turn myself off when? Mm-hmm. I turn myself on when? Start there, because it's really interesting to have the turn on investigation be on your end. And then you can, this is my question, is I feel disappointed when, I feel, excited when, and use that for, if you're on the receiving end of when somebody needs to cancel or change a sex date, which I guess we're meaning a date where you scheduled, hey, let's have sex at this time.
Let's meet and have sex. And it could be maybe have dinner and then have sex.
Because not all dates have sex, and not all sex had a date. But do this kind of investigation, so the better you are with tools around disappointment and managing your own expectations, those are just useful for life in general. Mm-hmm. And bringing the ability to talk about this stuff and share about these things vulnerably and intimately is just useful for the kinds of relationships where you're fostering erotic and sexual connection, because sometimes you can be having sex and then all of a sudden not be in the mood.
Yeah.
And and a lot of people think that you're not allowed to change your mind. And being able to change your mind and have relationships where people can change their mind and communicate immediately with you as best they can what's going on, that's sexy. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Leave comments below.
Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like